Hey guys, DM Scotty, good to have you with me. Today we are going to do a boulder trap. And who doesn't remember the scene when they first saw Indy when he triggers the trap and he hears the rumbling and this huge boulder comes rolling out of the darkness through the spider webs, crunching. Indy, running as fast as he can to get out of the cave. What a great scene! And now you can emulate that in your games with this boulder trap I'm about to show you. So let's go to the table, and I'll show you how to crush your players. All right, for the start of this project, I'm going to use a 2-inch styrofoam ball, and you can see here it is. I have this lid of a medicine bottle just so I can use the stand so it won't roll away. So there we go, I'll set that there. I'm going to start with a spray bottle of water and just spray it pretty heavily. And then I'm going to take my white glue, and this is PVA glue, and I'll just start applying this. Now to get a more even coverage, I'm going to use a brush, and I'll just make sure you clean this brush off after you do this step because you don't want the brush to dry hard. Okay, so there we go. I got a nice ball there covered with glue. So now I'm going to take a piece of toilet paper that I've pre-cut it, or got off the roll. It's just one piece, and I'm going to put it on the ball there and just kind of squish it down on the ball. Then I'll grab one for the other side. And I don't want to use a lot. I'm not using paper towels. That would be too much for this project. So I'm going to squish that down. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the water and kind of give it another hit. And be careful with this. It's really easy to pull this paper towel up. But I'm just getting us a little bit of, toilet paper. I'm just getting a little bit of texture on this thing, which is really nice, okay? So it just doesn't look like a totally smooth, well, styrofoam ball, okay? And then you can add some more water as you need to. So then what we do, when we're happy with it, we can let this dry. Also, if you can't get all the toilet paper to stick down, you can add some more water. That'll help. And be careful, it's easy to pull this toilet paper off, so be careful on this step. So there we go, I got that. So now I'm going to set it on my stand here, and I'll let that dry, and then I'm going to apply another generous helping of white glue on that after this dries up, and that'll harden it up to a nice hard finish, okay? All right, guys, so here's my boulder. I think it looks really great. So you can see a little bit of texture on there, but it'll really pop out when we paint it. Now, if you've seen my stone texture painting vid, we're going to paint it exactly the same way with a stone wash. But it can be kind of tricky to paint because it's circular and you really don't have anywhere to hold it without getting a mess on your hands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a nail, okay, just a plain nail, and jab it into the styrofoam ball. And now I have a nice little handle to hold on to it while I paint it. So I'll just paint that up. Now also you could put something against the nail to like hold it up while it dries and that kind of thing. So I'll go ahead and paint this like the boulder technique and or the stone technique, and then we'll come back and show you what it looks like. Now when it comes to the base for your rolling boulder, I decided to use washers as they have a little bit of weight. So you can put them on the bottom and it'll keep your boulder in place since it's fairly light because it's styrofoam. So I just use the 1-inch washer with a 1/4-inch hole in the center. So here's the finished boulder. You can see it looks really nice with the stone texture on it. Now the base, I just used the washer and I sprayed it with the stone texture paint and let it dry. So now all I need to do is apply the boulder itself to the washer. So I'm gonna use my Amazing Goop craft goop, and I'll just put it on the boulder where I stuck the nail in, And so the nail hole will be where the hole of the washer is. And goop is really nice. It's a really strong glue, and it'll totally hold it on this this washer. So I'll apply it to the washer, and then we'll go to the table and show you what it looks like. So here I have a corridor with a lot of doors in it, and you could really play this out several ways. You could have the players, come around the corner here, and then they hear a noise, and they look behind them, and the boulder, the boulders come down from the ceiling, drops from the ceiling or something, and then they notice that the hallway's a little bit tilted, going that way, and you could have them. They could try to go to different doors. So you could have them try to go to the first door, or make it further down the hallway to get into different doors before the boulder overtook them and squished them. Which if this thing overtakes you, you're going to be in trouble because this is one giant boulder. So yeah, the reason to make the boulder the 2 inches was so that it would fill the hall. Yeah, this is a 2-inch wide hall, and so this is perfect. This perfectly fits in this hall. So you could do other tiles with tracks and that kind of thing, or areas where it rolls. Several of them roll through or whatever. But same idea. The players want to get out of the way of this thing because you're probably going to die if you get hit by this thing. So this thousands of pounds stone boulder rolling over you. So there you go. There's our nice cheap boulder. And oh yeah, one last thing. The base, the washer base is great because it really holds that. The boulder itself is fairly light from being styrofoam, and it really holds that up and gives it a little bit of weight. So that works out really well. And there we go. There's a nice boulder trap you can use for your games. And I'll see you next time on The Craft.
Hey you, yeah you, back here. Huh? I know it was short, but what do you expect? It was a short tip. Watch longer episodes if you want, jeez, and quit bugging me. Hey, and make sure you join the forum too, I almost forgot. Oh, yeah, and have a magical craftastic day.